Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3, Episode 4! Snatch Game! Oh. This was perhaps the most disappointing episode of Drag Race in my recent memory.
Well, from expectation to delivery. There have been worse Snatch Games, like with the fuckery.
But at least there was fuckery?
Sure, but I agree with you. I'm just saying I think it's because our expectations were very high. And then it was like, blah.
Yeah.
So that was...
Like, when you compare this to the All-Stars 2 Snatch Game, it's just like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Why don't you come on up and fuck me in the ass sometime?
But the thing that's interesting, too, is, like, as I was trying to think about, like, oh, well, if some of the eliminated queens were here, I don't think it would have been any better.
No.
Although, did you see who Morgan McMichaels was going to do?
No.
She was going to do Joan Collins, and the look was on point.
Oh
and
God,
I was like, yeah.
If you don't know what a golden shower is, then you are very naive.
It could have been good.
It could have been good.
But then, I feel like Thorgy would have been kind of a mess. I feel like Milk would have been kind of a mess. So it's not like...
Oh my God, did you hear who Milk was going to be?
Oh yeah, the Virgin Mary.
Worst idea I've ever heard. For Snatch Game, it would have been bad. It would have been really bad, and then she would have gone home again. First things first, shout out to our wine sponsor, Wink, trywink.com/moviebitches. You get $20 off your first month of wine. Also, thank you everyone for supporting us on Patreon. Please, please, please let us know if there's other stuff that you guys would prefer that would be more incentivizing for you to support us. We're down to change things up. We set a new goal, $2,000 a month, we will do a retro review of Clueless. $2,500 a month, we'll do a retro review of Clue, finally. So there's like an incentive. You guys can make it happen now. And let us know if there's other incentives that we should put in or whatever else. Give us feedback. We're listening.
Little Carol Burnett.
Also, thanks for clicking like. It really helps everyone else find it. Thanks for clicking subscribe. Do all those things. It's great. We really appreciate it. So, let's get into it. The queens walk in and find...
Well, first we get that Velcroed head of Milk, which I found to be confusing.
Oh, horrifying. The giant head, like, up on
What was that?
What was she going to use that for?
Oh, was that above her in the talent show or something? Or was
Oh, maybe? It was creepy.
It was like, ah!
Yeah.
So that happened.
And then the queens walk in to find Milk's message.
Her bogus message.
Love you girls, but y'all know this is bogus.
Shangela had me cracking up with this.
The girls are getting mighty shady with the mirror this season, aren't they? First, I got told to suck it. Now, Kennedy's getting told that her decision is bogus.
Mirror messages are getting shady up in here. I was like,
yeah.
But I love it.
I mean, I love it, and it's just so crazy. It's never been like this where it's just like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna...
Because in like a regular season, they can't be like, fuck you, RuPaul, for kicking me off, you
That's
know?
true.
So this is more personal.
That's very true. Yeah, of course. They're not gonna be like, oh, RuPaul, you can suck a dick.
Here's a dick for you to suck, RuPaul, you know? This is bogus. That would be messy.
That would be...
Than this. Still messy.
How is it bogus if you are getting bad critiques?
Let me go and say why I did what I did.
I'm getting slightly annoyed with how serious Kennedy is taking everything. She's taking everything to like the nth degree.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, calm down. She's just like so pissed. Don't take it that seriously.
Exactly. At the end of the day, Kennedy, you're still here and Milk's gone, so it's cool. Just move on.
Yeah.
You don't have to care. I mean, you probably will have to care because she's going to come back, but like, but still, I wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, do we do just straight up an entire episode of versus lip syncs?
Love it. No, they don't, because we know now that season 10 is coming out on March 22nd, which is in 6 weeks. And I'm confused as to how they're going to finish this.
Yeah. I guess there's going to be some triple eliminations.
I don't know. I'm actually, to be honest, a little over the, like, All-Stars twist of queens kicking off queens thing.
I feel like it encumbers the fun.
Yes. Absolutely.
It amps up the drama, which I like.
Sure.
But really downgrades the fun.
Yeah.
And so there's not a camaraderie. That's why I'm so confused. Like, Kennedy keeps talking about, like, we're a sisterhood. She shouldn't be telling me that this is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you kicked her off. This is a sisterhood? Like, the inherent nature of this game is to pit you against each other.
Exactly.
Get over it.
I just prefer the idea of you do what you do, the judges decide, and then you have one last chance to prove yourself.
Yeah, it does help.
It really
lip-sync for your life.
It's just, I don't know why you would fuck with the best part of the show.
I mean, I do like that it's like the two best.
Sure.
That also gives us good lip syncs as well.
Yeah, but they're not as good.
I'm ready to for a different twist for next time.
I agree.
That's all I'll say.
I feel like I remember feeling the same way in All Stars 2 at this point, where I was
you
just
feel
like...
sort of like they've thrown chaos into the mix. Like with Ru, even though sometimes I disagree with their judging, I'm, for the most part, like, okay, I feel safe in your bosom, and you're gonna take me on this journey, and I'm here for it. With this, it's like, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Well, particularly because someone could just be vindictive. I mean... We'll talk about it. I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad that Shangela was just, you know, blowing hot air like she tends to do. But that would have been a really shitty experience. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that you're constantly on edge thinking about that.
I chose Chi-Chi. One of the things that Chi-Chi and I talked about was...
That fire.
It felt like it dimmed.
Chi-Chi was pretty resigned.
I like that she was, I mean, she was becoming the Roxy Andrews of this season. But I like that she, like Ben said at the end, she had a can-do attitude. Yep. She wasn't down on herself. She was just like, look, it is what it is. I'm doing my best. I don't think it was her best necessarily. I feel like something was off.
Chi-Chi can give way more than she's giving. Because guess what now? All eyes are on Chi-Chi. Sorry.
I think that the production of this season, much like last season, but it's geared to eliminate a bunch of queens right off the get.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi is not going to do well at an improv challenge, Snatch Game, and, you know, it's like, no, she's getting all, now the fucking sewing challenge is next week. She would have fucking slayed. She'd have been like, bye, Shangela, bye, you know, whatever. Like, these bitches who can't sew, get out of my way because I'm fucking Chi-Chi Vane and I made trash bags look like fucking silk organza, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
That is
they
shitty.
Do front load. They should mix up the challenges.
Exactly. It's been acting. I mean, I guess the first one was talent, so it could have been whatever. Variety.
I do enjoy that Ben and Trixie are talking about the chaotic nature of this game changer. Yes. Meanwhile, Ben is wearing Aja's bangs. I appreciated that.
Well,
it's a little hot pink toupee.
Yep.
And I liked it.
Was it Trixie later on in the episode is wearing Shangela's old Greg terrible wig that everyone has decided needs to be burned? That wig definitely goes in.
Ooh, the disaster pile. Yeah, it's in there. Trixie is kind of freaking out a bit about, you know, so can you get sent home if you just don't talk to somebody for a week?
Yep.
You know, and she's like kind of freaking out about that, but then she gives us a cheeky wink at the camera with her little panties. Made me laugh.
Yeah.
So then Ru comes in her gingham picnic blanket.
Yes. I'm just going to complain for a hot second.
Oh, okay.
About the editing of this episode.
Oh, how it was so short?
It was so short and quick. I mean, we didn't even get like a Ru message.
Oh, that's right.
It was literally just like, and here we are in the workroom, oh hi Ru. And I'm like, what?
I'm going to be doing Patricia Arquette in the television show Medium.
And then, no, she reveals that, in fact, that she is doing RuPaul. Now, my first thoughts were,
no.
Well, everybody thought when Sharon was going to do Michelle Visage, everybody was like, oh, that's a terrible idea. You can't do Michelle in front of Michelle. And then it was fabulous.
Yes.
So I was still holding out hope. I was like, maybe it'll be okay. I think Trixie's really talented. I don't know. I'm worried, but you never know.
Yeah.
So that's where I was. I was like,
That's fair. I had watched like a compilation on YouTube of like Trixie's impersonations.
Of Ru, yeah.
And there's a chunk of them of Ru.
Yeah.
And I personally didn't find them very funny. It's a harder thing to do. You have to really
Well,
nail
and it was easier for Sharon to then play off of Ru as Michelle.
It's weird when Ru is there with Ru.
And it's like Ru's keeking with Ru. It's boy Ru, girl Ru. It was a bad idea.
Yeah.
So then Chi-Chi says that she's going to do Maya Angelou. And I was like, before I knew where this was going, I was like, yeah, that could be funny.
Really?
I was like, it could be, you know, just be this very regal prop and then get down and dirty or something. She's so untouchable. I feel like any step out of the norm could easily be funny.
I guess that's true.
So I was like, oh, that could be cool. I'm here to see it. Turns out I was not here to see it because it wasn't anything. Yikes, it was bad. Then we find out that Ben is going to do Paul Lynde.
Paul Lynde.
Paul Lynde. Oh my god, I was so excited.
So excited.
I lost my mind, and then I was like, oh, everything makes sense. That's why she was doing the spooky Halloween special. Because Paul Lynde's Halloween special.
What's spooky Halloween special?
Remember in her Meet the Queen, she was like, and we're doing this spooky ghost play.
Oh.
It's a haunted house of woo. And I was like, oh, it all makes sense. Because the Paul Lynde.
We got the Paul Lynde Halloween special.
If you have not seen it, go watch it on YouTube. It's fabulous.
When I was young, Halloween was different. There was something about me that stood out. In fact, everything stood out. I was fat.
Also, if you don't know who Paul Lynde is, you need to brush up. Because a lot of people don't.
Oh, that's true.
People have already commented, be like, I don't know who Paul Lynde was, but it was funny. I'm like, oh my god.
When a man falls out of your boat and into the water, you should yell, "Man overboard." Now, what should you yell if a woman falls overboard?
Full speed ahead.
I just love that Paul Lynde was like the first really openly gay, like unapologetic about it.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah. Maybe not the first, but
he was like, weird Uncle Al. No, definitely go watch the Paul Lynde Halloween special because it's fucking fabulous.
Yes. Pretty much anything. You just Google Paul Lynde and watch all of it.
Then there's one, Bruce Vaillant just talking about the Halloween special because he was a writer on it. It was the first time that Kiss had appeared on television.
Oh my.
Like Kiss the band or whatever. And like apparently Gene Simmons wasn't allowed to stick his tongue out, because it was like too scandalous, oh my gosh, or whatever. And it was so funny. He was like, Paul had no idea who they were. Why would he?
I can take one look at you, and I can tell you how you got your name and how you got your act. You had a fight, and your mother's told you to kiss and make up.
It's funny because I was like, oh my god, finally someone from Match Game. And I was like, no, wait, Hollywood Squares.
I looked it up because I was like, I don't think he was on Match Game, even though he easily could have been.
Easily. He would have been great.
He was never on it.
No, because there probably was like a non-compete clause or something.
Maybe. So then we get some stupid drama that I was like not here for. Not really. I don't know. This was a lot.
My favorite was in the pit stop with Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
She and Delta are talking about it. Alaska goes, well, I mean, of course she would find, because Delta's like, I don't typically go in someone's workroom or your station.
She's the Nancy Drew of drag.
Yes!
I don't invite myself into other people's stations. I try to stay out of people's stations at a dressing room.
She's the Nancy Drew. She's the Nancy Drew.
She is the Nancy Drew.
She was sleuthing it out.
She is the Nancy Drew.
She's gonna sleuth it out.
What's this?
The thing of like living up to prior sets.
From Thorgy.
Oh, Thorgy wrote this?
Yeah.
It says, fuck this shady bitch, Shangela.
It just became such a thing. I feel like Shangela is turning into a bully. In a way this season. There's like this weird power hungry, like, I'm gonna lord this over you and like, you better like stay in line. I mean, she's being blatant about it. She's like, I'm playing Game of Thrones. I am insert Game of Thrones character name here because I don't watch it.
Daenerys?
Lannister.
I didn't show it to you because I thought it was not helpful or appropriate.
But you decided to hang it on the wall?
It's getting a bit icky for me.
Yes.
Like, you better apologize to me and maybe I'll accept it and then I'll tell my minions to not kick you off. Like, it's just a bit gross.
That's why you really feel about someone like me. I wouldn't put that up against someone because I would not want you to feel bad like
I never
that.
even showed it to you because I didn't want to.
You hung it on the wall, sis.
Oh my God, get on my station.
It is what it is.
She was just like, I'm putting the notes up.
Yep.
I'm not really thinking about this. Also, who cares? Thorgy can be mad at you. You know what I mean? It wasn't like...
Also,
taking this so personally, these notes, I'm just like, it's not that big a deal.
I also understand Shangela's point of view, where it's like, well, why did you hang it up then? The problem was that it wasn't Trixie's opinion.
Well, and it wasn't even really, like, it's Thorgy's opinion because Shangela sent her home.
Yeah.
It just seemed like a whole...
It was a lot of...
It was Shangela trying to stir up some drama, and I was like... So, I don't know, just like that Trixie had to, like, with her
deal
tail
with all
between
of
her
that.
legs,
Yeah.
come to her and be like, I'm sorry. I was just like, this is a lot.
I have absolute respect for you, and I'm really sorry.
I appreciate your apology. Trixie's apology seems sincere, but I'm looking at her with this one good eye like this. Cause you give me very flip-flop fish right now.
Shangela likes to be in power
she
and
likes
control
to be
things.
a powerful victim, is what I will say.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh, it's starting.
Yep. Okay. We needed Milk back.
I know, right? So I could be like, yeah,
it was
get
the
her.
magic combination.
Like, get her.
Yeah.
Mark Jacobs shows up.
Oh, yeah. I think just happenstantially. I'm not sure.
He was like, oh, I'm in the building.
Look who's here! Hi, girls. Mark Jacobs.
So Mark Jacobs comes in to do walk-arounds, which I was excited. We get to Shangela, and she's gonna do Miss Cleo.
Late, great Miss Cleo.
That's right, she died a couple years ago.
She didn't see that coming? No.
That was my joke, Mark.
Oh, sorry.
Miss Cleo.
And I immediately was like, oh, that seems like a one note.
I'm telling you, I have a gift.
It's the same jokes. I mean, she had, and also they were tired jokes because Mark Jacobs is like, oh, she didn't see that coming.
That was so shady, though.
It's very much Ginger Minge. I had a vision, you know.
Not Ginger Minge.
Oh no, Ginger did that.
She was making fun of her.
Yes.
The dynamic duo convert the Batcave into a...
Ooh, Jaden, I just got a vision. You might be lip syncing for your life tomorrow, baby.
Your Jamaican accent sounds like you're Irish.
Ooh, it went a little Irish there.
Hold me now, darling.
Well, actually, your accent sounded a little like Ireland for a minute there.
It was sort of Irish,
Right.
and then it was like really Irish, and I couldn't tell if that was her just trying to do some more of it, and it was really bad,
or if she
was like,
it up.
like, oh, that'd be so funny, like, oh, it's me.
Oh, darling, no, that didn't say that in the cards.
Oh, my darling. You know, I don't know.
In the cards.
You're going Irish. You're going
You're going Irish. You're going Irish.
Oh, Miss Cleo, cool runnings. Jamaican bobsled, yeah.
Might you be available to come in around 1:30, me lad?
You're going Irish.
Okay, 1:30's fine.
Cool runnings, man. Bobsled.
But if you can't control that and you're afraid that it's going to sound Irish, then yes, change your character.
Or it's just funny.
Or it's funny. I don't know.
That's what I thought. Don't go, you hear me? Call me now for your free reading.
This felt so staged somehow.
Yes,
I
it felt weird
like
to me.
Shangela was like, I'm gonna say I'm doing this, but then I don't know. It seemed like such a better choice for her to do Jennifer Lewis.
Yeah.
It just felt weird.
I agree.
Were there other people that you considered?
For sure, I considered Diva Jennifer Lewis, who I love so very much.
And you know her intimately.
Yes.
But I agree with you, it felt weird. False.
So she decides she's gonna do her backup, Jennifer Lewis. Yes. Who I was excited about. You don't quite know.
Not really.
So Jennifer Lewis was the Whoopi's backup singer in Sister Act in the beginning. She's like one of the ladies. I was trying to think of things you would know.
I would know, sure.
She was like
I don't watch Blackish.
the sassy aunt on Fresh Prince.
Okay.
You know how some men are animals in bed? Yes. Well, I don't.
But she's also in this fabulous mockumentary TV movie called Jackie's Back.
Oh my.
Where, like, everybody's in it. Like, Tim Curry is basically hosting.
I'm Edward What's-It St. John.
And she's sort of making this comeback, but she's like a horrible failure and all of these things. Her daughter's name is Entendre.
Entendre?
She's Entendre. And it's like quite good.
Oh, good.
And like Bette's in it and Kathy Griffin and like Dolly, like everybody gets interviewed because she's supposed to be this famous singer of, you know, diva of the years or whatever. And so everyone's getting like fake interviewed. Whoopi Goldberg plays her like bitter sister who ended up being a nurse because like Jackie stole the spotlight and all these things. It's really fun. But what was weird is the coat that Shangela borrowed from Jennifer Lewis is the coat in Jackie's Back. And I was like, what? This shit's crazy.
That's funny.
So I think it's like on YouTube. You should definitely watch it. Also, it's directed by Robert Townsend, who directed Baps and Holiday Heart. I'm just like, he gets it. He gets it. And I love it.
Good. So quick commercial break. We're going to try a second one again. We'll see how it goes. And then we'll be back with the Snatch Game. And it's really boring, but hopefully we'll have some fun things to say. Snatch Game.
That was weird. We both sang the same song.
We did. Even though that's not the song for Snatch Game.
I mean, is there a song for Snatch Game? There's
Just like that.
Orchestral. Well, that's Match Game.
Well, sure. This was perhaps one of the most boring Snatch Games.
It was real, low energy. Yeah. The room felt low energy, which I think wasn't helping. You know?
I will say this.
Yeah.
I hated that Michelle and Carson were the guests.
What the fuck was that? Why wasn't Nicole Byer and Mark Jacobs the guests? Or Chris, well, we'll talk about Kristen Chenoweth. But what the fuck was that?
Can we just get Kristen Chenoweth out of the fucking way?
No, she's at the end. We have to talk about it later.
Oh my god.
So first up is Trixie Mattel as RuPaul. Trixie Mattel as RuPaul. I don't know what was going on with her head. It was crazy.
I don't think RuPaul does that
robot.
a lot. It was weird.
It started and the first joke was okay.
Yep, buy it on American on iTunes.
And it was like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. But then it stayed the same.
Yeah. So she made one first mistake was that during the introductions, she tried to start talking back to people.
And it wasn't funny.
Your Miss Jones was not graceful.
This was RuPaul hosting RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
Which is not my favorite RuPaul.
No.
My favorite RuPaul is crazy, absurd, gender fuck, bizarre, cheeky, funny.
Yeah.
RuPaul.
Give zero fucks and
That's my favorite RuPaul.
Trixie's just kind of throwing these little RuPaul one-liners, but they're out of place. Y'all told her on the internet it was funny. I blame y'all.
I laughed when Shangela was like, I blame you all.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's that's why she did it.
I laughed really hard when Shangela said it. Yeah. Shangela was really funny this episode, but then also real icky. It was a
mixed bag.
I was in a weird place with Shangela.
Yep. In all of the clips that I saw, it's a lot of her doing and this is always a funny thing, right? And there were all of those memes online where it'd be Avaryl, this week you may not have, pun the pun, but you did pun the pun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, whatever it is. You are up for elimination. So she does those, and it's funny because Trixie's good at coming up with stuff.
Right.
And
That's funny as an aside on.
Yes.
It's not funny. It seems really out of place and canned and bizarre on Snatch Game.
100%.
Snatch Game, you have to be an actual person. You can't be a character.
No.
It's a weird distinction.
It is. You have to really embody the person and know enough about them as a character to know how they would react to something.
Yeah, she felt like she was in her own room. It was a bad choice.
It was a bad choice.
I'm bummed out. I
Me
feel
too.
like it was just the wrong choice for her.
I agree.
It was the Hall of Presidents or whatever. It was and I was like, I hate it. I hate it. Get away from me, Abraham Lincoln. It's the most scared I've ever been at Disneyland.
Wow. Wax people, robots, animatronics. No.
I don't care for it. So then we get Kennedy doing Phaedra Parks, who I don't know.
Nope.
But also this was boring.
I just got back from the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, Church of God in Christ Convocational Service.
It was pretty boring. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good.
It wasn't funny.
Not really.
It was she stayed in character.
She looked gorgeous.
She looked really pretty. It just wasn't that funny.
It was a poor choice, and I think Kennedy could have done a lot better. I think if she had done Oprah, it would have been funnier. I think if she had done a lot of other people, it could have been...
Well, and they did a little side scene of them in their characters or whatever, and she said something about, I don't know who Paul Lynde was, but he was spitting all over my face or something. That would have been a fun to play with Paul.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of interaction.
There wasn't a lot of interaction at all except for Ben. Ben was the only...
Sure.
I mean... Phoebe a little bit, and Shangela a little bit, but basically it was just Ben's Snatch Game.
It's basically just Ben's season. And
I can't be mad at it because he's fucking killing it.
He is.
I can't be mad at Ben.
Right.
I'm well...
Yes.
It's not I feel like he's unfairly being praised because he's doing great.
Yeah.
So it's a weird place to be in. I don't know.
Well, hi there, Rue. I'm glad it's you. For a second, I thought somebody had gift-wrapped Flip Wilson.
Yes! I love that her references were so old. It was so funny. Ben was, decidedly the best.
Absolutely.
And was, head and shoulders above the best. And was just the best. I mean, I don't... There's no way around it.
No.
There's no gray area here.
Ooh, and then, oh no, poor Chi-Chi.
So then we get to Chi-Chi. I was so sad about this.
Me too.
Swing and a miss. It's like Little League softball, and she has no arms or legs. It's sad.
So we get to Chi-Chi, and Ru was like,
why does a cage bird sing?
The cage bird sings, darling, because...
This is what angers me about Chi-Chi more than being sad.
That she had to do this and had to prepare for it, and like obviously had to Google Maya Angelou, but then oh my heart broke just a little bit when Ru was like, so you spelled your name wrong. Someone was like, oh, do you think that she meant to do Maya the singer?
Maya Angelou? You know, you spelled your name wrong on there.
Did I?
Yes.
How you spell Maya?
This made me sad.
It really...
So she's Maya Angelou, but she spells it wrong, and Ru gives her shit for it, and then she doesn't recover, and she's just like, oh shit, is that how you spell it?
Oh, damn, Chi-Chi. How you gonna be one of the world's most beloved poets and you can't spell your own name?
Chi-Chi, bless her heart, is not very quick on her feet. You know, she doesn't think quickly, and that's why she was so bad at the improv challenge.
Yeah, no, she needed to do, like we said, somebody like with a physicality or something.
Or somebody with a lot of catchphrases. Like if she had done Whitney, yes, oops, Sahara did Whitney.
Oh yeah, we totally forgot.
But if she had done someone, like we said, like where like Alyssa just pulled out Mommy Dearest quotes.
Yeah.
If you do someone where you can just throw a fucking quote out and it doesn't matter, then you're fine. Then you don't have to be as quick on your feet.
Cage bird fried, died, and laid to the side.
Oh. She had the voice down. It was very real. The cage bird sings because...
Thank you for answering my question from last round in this round. Maybe you'll have a good answer for this question in the next round.
It was like really not, it was really bad. Like it was like a bummer.
It was a bummer just because I like Chi-Chi. But my God, this was awful.
So then we get to Shangela as Jennifer Lewis, who was really funny. I wasn't as like laughing out loud at her as I was Ben. She was very in character and she was very humorous. I did love...
It wasn't a bad performance
She really got
in any way.
this sort of laid back, I couldn't give a fuck, and it's really, I'm just fabulous.
I think that Kristen has to fit up in that little bubble in Wicked. You saw the show, I saw it. And therefore, I think that man handed her a high five when she walked in.
That would be apropos.
She had the attitude.
She definitely had the attitude.
And the voice.
I'm about to have a hot flash up in her.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know I'm going through menopause.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know why they call it menopause, though. Ain't no men up in it.
Shangela really captured Jennifer Lewis's tude.
Yes, I agree.
She really got the tude of it all.
Oh my gosh. There was this clip that I found of an interview with Jennifer Lewis.
I mean, any interview with Jennifer
Well,
Lewis.
sure.
It's just who I am. It was a gift at birth. You know, I was an alpha female. I was a born entertainer. There was nothing else I could do. What was I supposed to do? I knew I wasn't going to be a librarian. I was too loud. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Can I cuss? I don't even know. Keep it down? All right.
You can curse a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But to that point,
well, that's too bad because every other word out of my mouth is a cuss word.
So then next was Aja, who finally did Crystal LaBeija.
Crystal LaBeija.
Yes.
Crystal LaBeija from the legendary House of LaBeija.
The founder, the mother, the creator, I am everything, and I know I'm beautiful. I don't need anyone to tell me.
I thought this was great.
I thought this was really good. At a certain point, I started to write, they haven't shown any of Aja in a really long time, and then they did. I feel like she got a bad edit.
She did.
Or this was all the good parts.
Maybe.
I don't know. I thought she was in character.
Yeah.
I thought she was really good at just like having a whole speech.
She called me this morning and she said, Crystal, let me tell you about the Snatch Game. None of the true beauties are going to be there. And darling, she was right.
The thing I will say about her, and this is maybe kind of the same as Shangela, where she didn't run away with it because she didn't really interact. She didn't think on her feet of like, I'm gonna say something in character that relates to someone else.
Right.
Ben nailed the organic responses. And that's what it takes to really
Yeah.
slay a Snatch Game.
Yeah.
But I thought Shangela and Aja did really well.
What are those, Grace Jones?
That's the song.
Carson, I've been meaning to get these back to you. My apologies.
So then last, Bibi Zahara Benet as Grace, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Grace Jones.
So RuPaul, yes. When are we going to fuck?
I thought this was really good and then went to fine.
Yes.
Like, it started strong.
It started strong.
She was like, so RuPaul, when are we going to fuck? I was like, ah! Like, I lost my mind.
Yes, and that seems absolutely like something Grace Jones would say.
Oh, you don't like women? You know, it was like really, really funny, and then
Yes.
it sort of petered out.
Yes, compared to previous Snatch Games, I felt like everyone was a little easy.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted Grace Jones to have multiple outfits, or
Oh,
multiple
yeah.
headpieces, or something. And it was just the one outfit. you know?
Nobody had any tricks or surprises or props or
No.
like nobody pulled out.
Exactly.
No one had like an ace in their pocket,
Uh-uh.
like just in case this starts to go bad. Like
Yeah, here's the thing.
Aja didn't have like a trophy that she could have like, this is
Sure.
mine, I won it, or whatever. Like there wasn't that, you know, extra thing.
No.
That went, oh, that was really funny.
Like, when I think about Chad's share, you're like, I mean, how many different headpieces and
well, sure, and that he was the first to do that, you know. So
Sure.
maybe people think that that's been done. I don't know, but there was not a lot of interacting, which I really think was the problem.
How many bones do I win?
How many bones do you want? Oh, see you after the show, Bubbles. Oh.
No, it was a weird vibe.
It was a real weird vibe. It was a real weird vibe. Also, I hated having Kristen Chenoweth there.
Well, it was bizarre because like she had obviously already read all the questions and had pre-written her answers and had pre-props, which felt weird, but it did lead to one of my favorite jokes.
I always thought that one of these queens would do me, and no one ever did, so I decided to come here and do myself.
Sweetheart, none of these queens are gonna do ya.
I was like, yes! Something's happening!
Exactly.
Why wasn't Kristen Chenoweth just one of the players?
Yeah.
Like not on the panel, like one of the...
Why would she be? She wasn't, and that throws everyone else off, and then it's weird because you don't want to really throw to her, like, you don't know what she's gonna do. You've really never met her. You don't want to make fun of her because she's a celebrity and one of the judges later on. It was a horrible, horrible choice. Well, also, why didn't they do a song from Wicked for the lip sync then?
We will talk about the lip sync. I have thoughts.
I have lots of thoughts.
Feelings.
We're not there yet.
We almost got our match game crossover when Ben is just like,
This is the most queens I've been surrounded by since Charles Nelson Riley's pool party.
it really was quite a delight.
It was the only delight.
It was the only delight. And now Ben is the only queen that's won 2 Snatch Games.
That's right.
Because in the walk around the workroom, she said it to
Ru
Kennedy.
said it to Kennedy.
And I was like, but also Ben.
But also Ben, who's more likely to do it.
And then Ben won. Nobody talked about it.
No, that's true. No one talked about it.
Odd.
Because she definitely did win both.
Yeah.
They can't pass gases. Because we all know that they are some uptight asses.
Oh, some poetry in that answer.
Poor Chi-Chi. She should have been Michelle Williams. It would have been very perfect.
It would have been really funny. As sad as Chi-Chi was, Trixie's was really sad too.
You've won an uncomfortable phone call to your ex and a half-eaten hot dog from the back of my car.
Oh, shut up, RuPaul.
Trixie's was
'Cause it
really
just-
sad.
I mean, I'll say this. She kept going. She kept in character. She kept saying stuff. She kept having things to say and like was more creative
Yes,
than
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi or Kennedy, really.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
It was
'Cause
just not landing.
Kennedy flopped, too.
Totally flopped.
Ooh.
That's a yes.
I said my candy.
It's a tough challenge.
It's a really hard challenge. I just thought more people would excel this time.
My famous recipe for spaghetti and blank balls.
Well, Rue, I just said the ones that I found the most delicious. Anonymous.
Anonymous balls.
It's good. Anonymous.
I like the phrase anonymous balls.
Sure.
Makes me laugh. What can I say?
Darling, I'm having the worst time of my life. I just want to walk away so bad.
Crystal, where are you going? This is not the time to show temperament. Get back here and stay with the other finalists.
No, I'm having the worst time. I want to walk out. This is terrible. She was quite funny, just didn't... either the footage wasn't there or they didn't give her the screen time because
Yeah.
I thought she was really funny.
I agree.
I don't say she's not beautiful, but she wasn't looking beautiful tonight. She doesn't equal me. Look at her makeup. It's terrible.
So we get a short makeup mirror.
I expected myself to do better, and I think the other queens here expected me to come in like guns a-blazing. But holy fuck, did it not go good.
Ben and Shangela are talking, and Ben is they have this kind of weird conversation where Ben is like, oh, I feel like I stole Trixie's win last week.
That felt weird to me being in the top 2 because I felt like that should have been gone to Trixie, and so I was feeling weird about that.
Look, game recognized game. She's playing it low because she keeps winning.
As much as Shangela thinks everyone is like playing every single fucking angle, sometimes that might be true, but I feel like sometimes they're just like trying to relate to her as a person. Like maybe we're just having a conversation and we're not.
This was too much for me, and I was just like, oh God, it's season 3 all over again. Like, Shangela, shut up. Not everyone is trying to manipulate your brain.
Right.
Oh, the girls, honey. The girls, they're playing games over here at the RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars.
I didn't feel like Ben was saying to her, like, oh, I don't think I even deserve to win all of these things. No. I'm just a poor girl who happened to have fallen into success.
That's not what she was saying. I think she's saying, like, I feel bad winning so much. Particularly in this season, it's a double-edged sword. You have to send somebody home. It's a lot of pressure. And like she said, it's like that roller coaster is ticking up. And like, I know Ben is going, fuck, I'm gonna fuck. I'm gonna
Well,
fuck
and
this up,
particularly then,
up.
too, the real question is, if she fucks up, which of these queens is gonna send her home?
Right.
People are gonna start targeting you. So, if you are like, I didn't think I deserved to win. Oh, I wanna give back the award. But does she give it back?
So another quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with the runway, flower power, and then a lip sync and stuff to talk about. So, stay tuned.
So Ru walks down the runway. This was very much like those velvet paint coloring books, with like of the rainforest. This leaf is gonna be purple, and that leaf's gonna be, and then there's a flower on it. It was very rainforest coloring book.
Yes.
First on the runway is Aja.
Jimmy,
Aja. Very 60s. It was giving me kind of a Britt Eklund vibe.
I really thought this was beautiful. I didn't love the color of her wig.
It made it draggier.
Yes. If it had just been platinum blonde.
Yeah, ooh, it would have been like very ethereal. Well, and then Kristen Chenoweth says later, like, oh, she looked like Edie Sedgwick, which was also very true. But
sure.
I don't love this piss yellow hair. And
I don't. There's a lot of it.
Aja seems to.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yep.
So for some reason, I don't know if it was just because the runway was so fucking quick, but her face really looked like Valentina this week.
Oh, interesting. I mean, we had all of 6 seconds to try and catch everything. I mean, there's an extended runway online. You should go watch it. But
it was like,
it's still like, oh, okay. So that's Shangela in her Beyonce look. I thought this was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yet unoriginal. Like, this is what annoys me, I guess, about Shangela, is that it's always a gimmick. Gotta get a gimmick. But it's like too many. And so it's just kind of like, oh, and now she's doing a Beyonce look. Oh, Shangela in a Beyonce look? Crazy.
I thought it was really beautiful. I was kind of waiting for some sort of reveal or something that was a little different.
Sure.
I really liked this. I thought the headdress was beautiful. I liked that she even had like the ugly burgundy bra on, it was like, burgundy, fat. Have I shown you that?
No.
Ken Nordine?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, it did this whole album of colors.
Oh.
Where he does like thought poems, is the only way to
Good.
describe them, about colors and how they get jealous of each other, or this one's like this, or burgundy's like that. It's great.
How much LSD was he on?
So much LSD.
Burgundy is fat as a burgundy cat.
So then next on the runway was Miss Bibi Zahar Benet. This was fabulous.
I loved this. I thought she looked gorgeous. I thought it was different. Like, this, to me, was like a more unique, individualized, specific take on flowers.
Certainly the best of the I stuck flowers to my dress.
Definitely.
Look. Certainly the best of that. These black narcissus, it reminded me of the movie Black Narcissus, which I was excited about. That Michael Powell movie, like with Deborah Carr and the nuns. And, oh, it's so good. Also, you have to watch it on like Blu-ray though, because it's like... It was like right on the edge of it. It looks like a shower loofah. It's ruched up the front of it.
But no.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it was right on the edge. And then if you watch the extended runway, she's like,
Think of like Charlize Theron in Snow White and the Huntsman. It's very dark, but I'm also giving you very glamour.
Gowns and crowns, gowns and crowns.
I was like, as I love, oh, she
Now
had
she had
a
a
crown
fabulous
on.
crown. Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, she did
So
have
she
a
said
crown.
she is the only crowned
Only
queen.
crowned queen. It's true.
So then next was Kennedy Davenport. Speaking of flowers attached to the dress, I personally didn't mind this.
I didn't hate it. It definitely looked crafty.
Yes.
It definitely looked like a parade float that didn't get finished.
Yeah.
Maybe black was the wrong base color.
Maybe
it was
blue
just so,
or
I don't.
robin's egg. I don't know.
Not as blue-green as a robin's egg,
No.
but not as yellow-green as daffodil buds.
Huh?
It was very 90s to me. It was like sunflowers, a choker, you know, all she needed was like some Doc Martens and I would have been like here for it. Now, if it had been like sort of a shorter
Ooh.
hemmed length with Doc Martens, Kennedy would never do that.
No.
But I would kind of be here for that situation. I didn't like that she had one eyelash and then no eyelash, but then the sunflower petals. So
Yeah.
it looked really uneven. Like
Sure.
she'd only put one false eyelash on and didn't on the other eye.
Interesting.
So it looked really weird. I was kind of disappointed with most of this runway, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more fantastical, more crazy,
Hippie,
more nobody did like a Venus flytrap or like a bird of paradise. Nobody like did a crazy ass look.
Ooh, a bird of paradise could be really cool.
That would be fucking hilarious. You just wear like a green like bodysuit and you've got like Thorgy's headpiece on but front. I mean, I like it. It's better than just I glued flowers to my outfit. So then next on the runway was Miss Chi-Chi DeVayne. She looked so beautiful. Her wig was gorgeous. Her face was gorgeous. This was funny. This was like a real fine line. It was like she was real slutty but real classy at the same time. Which is a hard thing to do. I was like, oh, you're a real classy slut. And I like it.
Yeah, I liked it.
It didn't look crafty.
No.
It looked like an outfit
That's true.
of a very classy slut. I was here for it.
So then Trixie Mattel with this parasol, and I mean, there was a lot going on.
She's
in
got
this
her
look.
Surrey with the fringe on top parasol.
When I take you out in Missouri.
I also didn't quite know what to look at.
No.
She really looked like kimchi.
Yes.
Which makes sense because she says in the extended runway, once she said this, I was like, it all makes sense. She goes, oh, it's like a Japanime crossed with a Precious Moments doll. And I was like, well, that's exactly what you did, so you nailed it. I don't know if that was my favorite pairing of all time, but you fucking nailed it.
And so then last was Ben de la Creme. I liked this. I thought this was different.
I was excited. Everybody else took small flowers and put them onto their dress. She was the flower.
Yes.
You know, that I appreciated. She used shape.
Mhm.
She was an orchid, you know, and...
Was it an orchid?
Mhm.
Was it one of those... She kind of reminded me of what my mom as a kid called them little boy flowers. You know, like the ones that are like all flat and then they have like the giant little thing that comes out?
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
She was an orchid, but
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have had them like pick their favorite flower or something.
Sure.
I mean, there would have been a lot of the same, maybe, but
Well, I
that's
don't
why I
know.
think it would have been fun to have like a giant dahlia that was a big poof, you know, like in Gypsy, like what's going on back here? You know what I mean? And then maybe you've got tassels that are just flowers. I don't know.
I don't know.
Something
I'm
fun.
Now I'm trying to think if someone could do like shoulder pads with hydrangeas.
Ooh.
I absolutely loathe hydrangeas.
Nobody used hydrangeas.
It's hard to find those
At
at
Michael's,
Michael's.
yeah. So I was like generally underwhelmed
Yeah.
by this.
This entire fucking episode. It was underwhelming.
Yeah. Bummer.
Maybe it was just whelming, I don't know, but
I was just, whelmed.
is that only in Europe?
But I love my Prada backpack. So Rue is like, okay, Shangela, Ben, and I was like, so they're the top, obviously. And then she's like, you're in the
You're
top. Go stand at the back of the stage. And I thought, well, that's weird.
This is when I was like, oh shit, Everyone else is in the bottom. Ru is just like, this was terrible. This episode was terrible. You guys made a shit episode of TV, and you're all up for elimination.
That would have been insane. But no, BB and Aja.
They were good. They were fine.
Were not.
They were safe.
Bottom worthy.
No, they weren't.
What, are they just sick of like judging Ben or something?
Oh, you mean that they didn't give them
get a critique at all?
That's true.
I wanted them to talk more about Poland.
Sure. That's fair. They
all
didn't
I want
say
is
anything.
more Paul. Have you seen the clip of him doing the weather?
No.
Oh my god, I don't know why, but he's on some like local news station doing the weather and he's a mess. And
oh
it's
my
hilarious.
God. It looks like I'm gonna be a fortune teller. Detroit. What is, oh, here.
She sends them back.
Yeah.
And then we find out they all get judged and Trixie has a bit of a meltdown and she's like, I just feel like I'm
afraid and I don't want
I'm just panicking all the time and they're like, we want you, you're great, like give us Trixie or whatever.
I will say this.
I mean, I hope she pulls it together.
Oh, I certainly hope so.
I thought it was gonna be like my challenge. I was like so excited and I got in there and it was just like, it's like frozen. It was
I do hope this is like a breakthrough because she really has been sort of, I mean, I thought she deserved or could have been in the top for episodes 1 and 2.
I agree.
And 3.
And 3.
Really,
really every episode until this week, she
could have
definitely, for me, was in the top 3
Yeah.
and could have been in the top 2 any episode.
Yeah. So that's not helping her either.
No.
But I hope she pulls it together. There's a bottom 3 again.
This time I feel like it was more warranted than last
Way more.
week.
Aja should have been safe last week.
Yeah.
No question. So then we go backstage and I mean Chi-Chi's like, I mean
Just be fair.
Be fair. Just set me up.
Just be fair.
And Trixie feels like she's really disappointing her fans and it's like, it was like bumming me out.
It was a bummer. This
I
episode
hope
was not,
Trixie changes, like a light, is lifted and she really changes her attitude and like.
Yeah. I hope so too.
I hope only good things for her.
I'm trying to figure out, is Trixie Jon Snow or is she Cersei Lannister? Because I ain't trying to be up in a red wedding situation.
I yelled at my TV. I was like, Shangela, we get it. You watch Game of Thrones.
Yes, Chi-Chi's been in the bottom 4 times, but at least I know I can trust Chi-Chi. Can I trust Trixie Mattel? Are you my ally, girl?
I feel like once again she's playing a game with herself.
Yep.
Pretty much. And it's driving me a bit crazy. So then we get the lip sync looks.
Yeah.
And I was intrigued.
Okay.
So they both change. Ben is in like a 50s sock hop. He's like some combination of like Betty and Veronica. And
But
I
it was
like,
still floral, which I appreciated.
Totally. And I was like, oh, this is cute. What's this? What's going on? It's very Ben.
Yeah.
So I was like, cute. Then we get Shangela, also in a 50s style, polka dot, cat eye glasses, and I was like, what fucking song is this gonna be? I was like, is this gonna be some like the Del Vikings like acapella 50s,
or even like it's my party and I'm crying for
totally.
love. That'd be a good
Leslie
lip sync
Gore,
song.
that would have been better. So I was like excited because I was like, what is this theme that's going on? Oh.
It's Katy Perry.
I'm over the song.
So they lip sync to Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl, which really does not hold up. They edited the fuck out of this song. And I was like,
I feel like this lip sync was a fucking mess.
It was a mess.
It wasn't just me, right?
No, I was so confused. This episode sucked. I hated this episode. I didn't like a single component. I was like,
Except Poland.
Except Poland, sure.
And BB saying,
So RuPaul, yes. And are we going to fuck?
It started, and Shangela's like writing in her diary?
Yeah.
I guess. Because she kissed a girl. I was confused about it, but okay, sure.
Yep.
And Ben is like
Just
camping
kind
it
of
up.
hamming it up.
And then Shangela strips down to some very awkward, I felt.
Undergarments?
Lingerie.
Yeah, I was waiting for a reveal from Shangela because I was like, this dress isn't really working for me. I feel like I need something different.
Shangela was feeling herself. Like, she was doing more of a, like, I liked it. Where Ben was like, I liked it. Whatever. They both had their merits. Shangela was sort of living in her own moment more. But yeah, this dress was weird, and then...
Why are you naked?
It sort of came out of
This
nowhere
was no
for me.
straight up.
No, but it was trying to be.
Well, right. But
So-
it was no way sexual. But I guess it shouldn't have been because it's not a song that is. I don't know. It was weird.
It was straight up, it was like, we're gonna grind on each other because we're both into this.
Yes.
This felt like some sort of weird fight.
I am ready for the drama between Ben and Shangela to come out. Like, I want, because I don't think either of them like each other.
No, they don't like each other at all because they're the two biggest competitors.
Sure.
I mean, at this point, they're the only competitors. Basically. So this whole thing felt very desperate.
Yeah.
Shangela strips, which felt out of place to me, and then Ben starts to go down on her.
Right.
He's like shoving his face at her, and then Shangela gets breath mints out.
Oh, and throwing the Altoids, and I was like, that's stupid.
It was a lot of
props
happenings going on. This was a mess. I don't even know.
I did love, I like that Ben knows how to...
Oh, fuck with Shangela.
Shangela's like, and now I'm gonna death drop Shablam.
Oh, right.
And Ben's like, and I'm gonna go on, not gonna do one with you.
No,
I'm just gonna
scissor on top of you.
Exactly, and ruin your
death drop.
Yep. And I was like, yes, bitch. In the shadiest move, and I loved it.
It was real awkward and weird. And I didn't like the song. No. And it was no straight up.
No. It was
I laughed. But I think mainly because I was like, what's happening?
I just typically don't want to be laughing at a lip sync. I want to be gagging.
Fine distinction.
Similar to a blowjob. You don't want to be laughing.
I mean, I don't know. The only answer is that they both win because if this was like a regular season, they could both go home.
That was my exact... I was like, so no one wins? And I was like, I smell something's up.
Oh, I had a feeling. I was like, oh shit, their lipsticks are gonna, oh fuck.
You've each won the power to send one of the bottom queens home.
Oh my God! What?
I mean, I would have preferred if Ru was just like, neither of you did well enough to earn $10,000. I will be sending someone home myself because I cannot trust you two to do it. Get out of my face.
That would have been good.
If I was Ru, that's how I would have felt during this entire episode, and would have just been like, no.
Make it work. Make it work. Make it happen. I don't want to hear any goddamn excuses anymore.
No, not having it. No.
No.
Sorry. They've been really rude to Sandra, though.
I'm sorry, no. They've been really rude to Sandra.
Sorry, what's actually happened?
No, I'm not having it.
So they both win, and both their lipsticks count.
Yes.
And
Ben goes first and picks Chi-Chi, which we all knew.
It was obvious.
Yeah.
And then Shangela gives a really long speech that is clearly intended to put the fear of God into Trixie.
This person left RuPaul's Drag Race not winning the crown, but definitely going forward as a winner and creating a career for themselves. And I know they will do that long after this.
See, there was a funny meme that was like, the girl I'm sending home tonight is from Milwaukee. She has a show on Viceland. Her best friend is Katya. Like, it was all these like details, and then it was like Chi-Chi.
I mean, that's basically what it was.
I mean, it was good TV. I was like,
I guess, yeah.
I was like, if Shangela can send Trixie home, I'm gonna be so goddamn pissed. Like, I was like, ah! So
well,
she knew what she was doing.
I also chose Chi-Chi.
Either have the balls to do it or don't.
Right.
But like, don't do this obnoxious thing where you're like, I'm gonna try and make good drama for the producers, and then like, just kidding, Chi-Chi, you're the one who goes home.
Maybe Shangela's the mole.
She's not. She's in it to win it.
With all of this like, oh, I didn't know Marc Jacobs was coming today. I'm just wearing this Marc Jacobs coat.
It's Marc Jacobs.
And you didn't know Mark would be here today.
No, I saw it in the cards though.
Why would that matter?
Oh, I didn't know Vanessa Williams was going to be the judge. I just happened to be wearing the outfit that I was judged on by her last time. So Shangela picks Chi-Chi too, so Chi-Chi goes home.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm sad. It makes sense. It's the right choice.
Yes.
At least she went out looking fucking fabulous. I was like, yeah, but like, you look really good.
And
so,
she seems in a good place about it. You know, I didn't feel sad.
Whatever you do, don't look behind you.
I'm excited for next week because I'm excited for Andy Warhol. I'm excited for a creative challenge. I'm excited for a ball. It's gonna be good, I hope.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It can only go up from here.
Took the words out of my mouth. Cheers.
Cheers.
Subscribe. Share, bitch.
Okay, where's Utah? Right there? Right here? What does that mean? Oh, what did that mean? Oh, the next map. All right. Oh. I'll pull down your sap.